इस वक्त संजीत रागी साहब हमारे साथ दिल्ली से जुड़ चुके हैं। ये आरएसएस के सीनियर आइडियोलॉग हैं और काफ़ी जो इस वक्त मुल्क की सूरत हाल है उस पर गहरी नज़र रखते हैं। रागी जी, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है हमारे प्रोग्राम में ईटीवी भारत में। कैसे आप देखते हैं जम्मू कश्मीर में जो आज इलेक्शन जो अभी 8 फेजेस में इलेक्शन मुनाकिद हुए और आज उनके रिज़ल्ट सामने आ रहे हैं? हाउ आर यू विविंग दिस डेवलपमेंट एज ए पॉलिटिकल कमेंटेटर एंड समवन हु हैज़ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग आइडियोलॉजी?
First of all, we all should welcome the completion of the democratic process. After 5th of August 2019, the rumors were doing rounds all over the valley and in the entire state of Jammu and Kashmir because of the National Conference and the PDP utterances that there will be no one in the valley, there will be no one in the state of Jammu and Kashmir who will be carrying the Indian flag after abolition of Article 370 and 35A. What we found that in the Panchayati Raj elections, people participated in the election process with great sense of enthusiasm. Again, in this DDC election, what we find that a great number of people, almost 51% participated in this election, participated in the voting process. I was really surprised to see 450 women candidates are contesting out of 2,841 candidates total who are contesting the elections. So these are all the good symptoms. They strengthen our democracy. Let me come back to Gupkar alliance. They realize that if the democratic process gets ground in the state of Jammu and Kashmir and in the local self-government, like in the Panchayat election it happened, like the DDC, if they miss the DDC, they will be completely out of, they will be irrelevant in the entire democratic process. Their leadership would have been completely demolished by the new leadership emerging from the grassroots politics in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Look at the number of independent candidates which are winning the elections. They almost tally the number of the candidates
of People's Alliance for Gupkar declaration. They say that it was not a democratic exercise per se, but it was a construct of the BJP. They actually wanted that the mainstream political parties which are based in Kashmir, they should remain out of this process so that they get a smooth sailing and win the elections without any opposition.
No, I think I look at this phenomena rather differently. What I feel that these are not the mainstream parties, they are the dynasty parties. These dynasty parties have their own agenda. The father is handing over the wreath of succession to the daughter. There is another dynasty where the father is handing over the reign of power to the father, and again father is handing over power to his son. So they are not, the dynasties are not the mainstream parties. The real grassroots politics, the real political process takes place at the grassroots level, where every individual, myself, you, those who do not have the legacy of big father's name, quote unquote, if they are participating, they are coming out as a leader. And because without the patronage from the dynasties, then the real democracy evolves. I think that we all should celebrate that it is the first phase of real democracy evolving in the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
It is again the same story. I was just a few minutes back, I was talking to Salman Sagar, who has been mayor of Srinagar, and he has won from 2 seats in Srinagar, Sohura 1 and Sohura 2. He is the son of National Conference General Secretary, and he has himself been mayor of Srinagar and a youth leader of National Conference. So again, this does that indicate that it is diagnosis, or it indicates that again after everything that happened on 5th of August, again those people, that means they have some faith there and they are again being elected.
Look, for last 73 years, the so-called mainstream parties, they have built the narrative, and they have created rather the narrative in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, particularly in Valley, against India. Why I am saying so against India? Because they have used Article 370, they have used Article 35A, they have used the infiltration and extremist forces, to blackmail the central government. And I hold them responsible for the expansion of terrorism in the valley. We shouldn't forget that 1987 election is those who understand the politics of the state of Jammu and Kashmir, was largely a rigged election. And in that election, most of the candidates who were opposing National Conference and Congress party, and they were contesting the elections, their candidature was, nullified on minor technical issues. And everybody knew that National Conference is losing the election, yet it come out victorious in the election process. And people of the Jammu and Kashmir had a frustration with the entire democratic process.
That it was Sayyid Salahuddin, who is now the commander of Hizbul Mujahideen and lives in Muzaffarabad. He was contesting assembly election from Amira Kadil constituency of Srinagar, and he was winning against Ghulam Muhyiddin Shah. And from the counting hall itself, he was bundled into police vehicles and taken to custody, and he was detained, and then result was declared in favor of Ghulam Muhyiddin Shah.
Even Yashin Malik was part of that. The first batch of, the people of Jammu and Kashmir, particularly from the valley, who had crossed over the border, and they got trained in Pakistan, and when they returned back, the security forces, border security forces, had apprehended them and put behind the bar. Remember, even that point of time, it was the security forces who had handed over them to the Jammu and Kashmir Police Administration. But instead of, taking a hard stand, the Jammu and Kashmir State Administration, which was being led by Farooq Abdullah, released them, and they were released, why? It was said that it is a good gesture, but they were used for winning the election. And here from you find that, a series of extremist activities are taking place in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. So let us not forget that this time, if the grassroots democracy strengthens, you will be finding that the leadership who is coming from this, beyond this dynasty, they will be challenging the dynasties. After all, the people of Jammu and Kashmir would like good roads, good development, good education, good health sector. Despite pumping in so amount of money from the center, why development, on the development index, Jammu and Kashmir, ranks 19th in the entire country. One of the most backward. Why? This is an important question that should be, posed before. What they did in the last 70 years, they played with the identity question. That if
Article 370 was abrogated and 35A, there were many indices on health and education and other things which were showing Jammu Kashmir far better than many other states. And if I go by your rhetoric, that these people were actually the first creators who have created all the problems in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, if we go by the today's election results, the people have again, in whatever limited manner the people have voted, but again the PAGD is leading in Kashmir Valley at least. How do you, analyze that outcome of the result?
When your body has developed cancer and you start medication, it doesn't go away in a day. I find the PDP cancerous. I find the extremism in the valley cancerous for the nation. The doses of the medicine were, started on 5th of August 2019. It has, entered the bloodstream of the valley. It is showing the results also. And the results are, the symptoms are, the curative symptoms are very much before us. In the terms that so many, almost 3 dozen independent candidates are winning the election in the valley itself. The valley, which was dominated by the PDP and National Conference, both these forces, one had a soft terrorism, second was pro-Pakistani element, both have come together, and yet you find that over 3 dozen independent candidates who do not concur with the ideology of the PDP or the National Conference, neither the soft terrorism nor the hard terrorism, yet they are winning the election. It means that things are going in the right direction in the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
Mr. Ragi, I agree with you on one point that the Jammu and Kashmir at the political level there was a deep-rooted cancer there, but I may differ on the therapy, whether this therapy is going to cure it or it is going to, do away or it is going to kill the person, we don't know. Thank you very much for joining with ETV Bharat.